Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. Finals day. First three. Should be pretty fun. There's I gotta. So weird doing this in the morning. Not remotely close to awake enough. So we got 636 that like just dominated field in Anubis, and then OV that I've covered extensively in Forest Realm. Yeah, should be a good day. OV definitely has more experience, but 636 was like just an insane team. And everyone's on the same page because everyone has the same much everything. Hopefully I actually get in, because that would be swell. Otherwise I might just watch Bulburitos and 12-inch PvPenis's stream. Wonder if that's gonna have to do quick refreshes. But hopefully it doesn't just lag me out to shit if I do get in. Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
활성화가
Howdy.
여러분 중계권을 받았습니다. 이 여유.
Oh my god, how do I
인원이
make him shut
초과되더라도
up?
들어가게 됐어요. 아주 기분이 좋은데요. 아주 상쾌해요.
How unusual. Yeah, that makes sense. Bro. Red Bull burritos.
What they're bringing to the table. So we
hold its own is going to give us a lot more context than I'm fairly certain any of those games would have given us.
my prediction is I have OV winning by over 20k. That's what I have. I think the fact that they leveled the field is only going to highlight that OV's teamwork is far and beyond superior. And that's what a lot of
You know what? He's kind of got a point there. He's definitely got a point there. I bet on 636 for the memes of, you know what? If they win, then I'm gonna win. Then I win big. But pretty sure OV's gonna win. OV has just insane everything. OV's pretty. I'm not quite sure how this will play out. I know 636 has an interesting game plan, but it's OV, right? Like, OV's been playing for 2 years together? 3 years? In 3 OL seasons? I'm gonna continue to attempt to get in on my client. But hey, like, at least these two are handsome as fuck. Oh my god, I got in. Hello. Now this looks like I totally actually. But did I get in and like and nothing loaded? Is this game for real right now? That's some quality stuff right there. Go back to this and try to reload into this. I will attempt to reopen the game as I go. Look, there's I would love if my computer could stop melting down. Why are they why covering up the info that I care about, boys? Come on now. Come on now. So they were 636. They're a little late, and I'm assuming Ovi's already down on the. Those marches are so fast. Those cows are insane. That would be amazing. Manage to. Come on, Burrito Man. Come on, Burrito Man. Stop talking with your hands. Killing me, Smalls. So hopefully, my hope is 636 actually plays the building game a little more, because you can't beat OV middle. The last couple of games that I've watched, OV just goes so hard middle that there's no coming back from it. You really got to focus on the building game. Now, I think those were probably T1s because of how fast those were, and that was probably OV's trick of using troop deaths to increase your energy bar. Pressing C. But OV's heavy. Those guys need to get in that build. Like they. Oh, they're actually using Lobo. Lobo YSG. That's interesting. Why is that man using Takeda as a primary? He's using Takeda Attila. it's melting. Melting super fast. There's multiple people from OV using Takeda as a primary. And I know OV's been doing a lot of testing. He's been doing like just a ton of testing. Ada William. Was that Attila Mulan? That was. I'm super curious to see how those, like, that Lubu YSG 5. Like, I don't want to say OV just is the only one that knows anything. But I'm really curious as to why they're using Takeda as primaries. I'm curious to see what John Wick's using. That'll be a very good indicator for what people are going to use next season for middle. OV's been super aggressive. But since OV's already going so heavy mid, I really feel like 660 start pushing. Like, they've spent so much time defending, so all those armies really need to meet up and start pushing those buildings and holding those buildings. That's the only way we're really gonna get anything. Like, look at how many armies are already middle. It's 4 minutes before, right? So there's still time to go there and make a contestation for the starting arc. The smart thing to say, OV's probably gonna win because they've been playing together longer. I don't know a ton about 636, but they were super dominant in the other realm. It's going to depend on how much they're able to adapt. I'm kind of hoping 636 manages to pull off something really cool. I think OV has the better chance. And how this is looking right now, if they're going to play the middle game, I don't know if they can beat OV. Cloudy's going to try to bait people in. There's a lot of already primaries there. There's a ton of already primaries there. OV does like they really like their AoE. I wonder how many Mulans are gonna. Huh. Okay, so it looks like OV's actually putting on pressure on the Shrine of War and the Desert Altar. Yeah, but if they're just rallies, they all have versus. Oh, Is that Cyrus? Is it gonna be Cyrus Ramses? Yeah. Cyrus Ramsey is, I mean, that's not a fair estimate amount of swarm going on there. Hopefully I can get in as people crash here. Can't quite tell. Like, armies aren't dying super quickly. It definitely looks like there's more blue dots there. But the red dots are standing pretty... are still staying pretty healthy. There's so many arties mid. Yeah, now is when OVs start battle. 636 did manage to get one of the altars. Hopefully I see 3 rallies are going. So hopefully they have a bunch of pressure. Like, they just need to try to delay the arc fight. And I don't know what's going on. John Wick still hasn't grabbed the arc. That was really late, wasn't it? That arc up for a while? Running away with this. They are going towards the desert altar where there's a rally going on. They lost the Sky Altar. 666 lost OV's Sky Altar. OV's still manages to have enough armies to retake things. But like, there's no way 6 work. I always ran that far away. Does Desert Altar have, like, is that Saladin garrisoning?
I've been around the world, been to many places, and I've seen beautiful faces.
It's interesting. I've seen lots of Cyrus, but I haven't seen any Nip.
But everything is not seen without you. I'll be so incomplete. I
They're still using Attila Chandra for rallies. I'm surprised nobody's using more Archer rallies. Like that's Zenobia. I think that's Zenobia. I don't think they put the Zenobia in early enough. There's definitely a bunch of people around here that could get inside, but OV just has so many armies around. And it looks like they're also pushing up on the Shrine of Life. Both teams are. Like they managed to make some decent leeway on buildings. But it's gonna be just enough to kind of keep them in it. Six needs to really push the building game. Only way. And battle reports don't work. Oh. I got in, but it's same thing where I can't see any troops on the map. Lilith, what are you doing? This is the second time I've gotten in. I don't think 636 is gonna win at this. Like 636 needs to do some magic shooter. It's so annoying. I've literally, like, my hand is cramped from how much I've just been, like, I'm here hitting the watch button trying to get in the game. I've gotten twice now, and that's twice now that this thing has. What is little? Like all those armies are going back. Like, are all those armies injured? Why is there a Caesar? I feel like there's better ways to reinforce. I guess Caesar has the troop capacity, but like you don't need the extra troop capacity. Should be using March expansion. OV's back to pushing on the Shrine of War. They're being a little more aggressive than. But if 636 is gonna win, they need to be the ones are being aggressive. I don't think you can win this by just attritioning them out with provisions. They need to start getting like huge swings in buildings. And I also put 636 as my bet because there was no point in betting for OV. Like the point return you're gonna get from OV was so negligible. I put like 500 points on 636, and then if I win, I get to buy out the shop. That's what. That's a death march. And I wonder if OV's already moving middle. Like if OV's already in the middle, they started attacking. Wait, you gotta start picking off those armies that are around before you start. attacking the structure. That's a huge miss. Oh, there's a Nebu. I don't know if you guys can hear the click going on in the background, but I'm pretty sure this is carpal tunnel. I've been clicking on this enter button 25 minutes. Yeah, no, that's a really fair statement. I will typically vote for the underdogs, even if it's the just immeasurable odds trying to get it. I definitely think it's always worth voting on the underdogs. The returns you're gonna get for just voting on the people that are so favored to win. I don't even think you're going to get one Ulrich back for every one you bet on. Hey, Burritos closed Crash 2. Come on, I just saw this man crash on stream. Oh, he must have had one of the whitelist passes. Must be nice, Burrito. Oh. Huh. They have such a heavy army presence here. I don't know why they're not... Why they didn't start pushing in early. Now Ovi's just going to walk in with a buff. Are they going to have... Okay, they counter buffed. Like, this is where OV shines. OV's really good in the middle. And if they're going to play OV's game, they're going to lose. Because I don't think anyone... Like, OV has proved their dominance to that all season. Oh, they both popped to the death early. I don't know how much I agree with that. Like, I guess they really want that. If 636 gets the arc, they need to hold on to it for dear life. Did a lot more blue go home than red right now. Alex Heralds. I'm seeing a lot of Heralds, which is weird considering he got like nerfed. I'm pretty sure there's spaghetti all over the servers too. So Ovi's trying to get back the Desert Altar. And that's it. I think that's the only rally going. It's interesting. I've seen a lot of Cleo primary. That was slick. That was a really slick change. That's how you play Arc. That's 100% how you play Arc. That was so slick. I love it. Like, Ovi's already gotten it. And I don't think 636 has, like... Unless there's some crazy amount of lag, it doesn't look like they have that many armies left there. So they're starting to go up here. They definitely need to, like, they need to be disrupting all these outposts. It's not huge.
Man, that is so juicy.
Like 666, like the only way they're gonna win this is if they get the Arc here. Because like they managed to pull ahead on points. There's what, like 5 red armies left here? Like, they can delay it a good amount, but at this point, OV's managed to move it so far.
That is so juicy.
Wow, incredibly juicy.
I don't know how they come back from this. They didn't even manage to get all the outposts. They managed to lose one of their own outposts. I don't think they took any of the OVs. Oh, hey, Spooby! How you doing, beautiful? Speaking of all the beautiful faces, Spooby's got like the most beautiful. This is what sex with anime waifu, Rise of Kingdoms, commanders feels like. Just me on here trying to get in, and it just ain't happening. It's just that ain't me, Chief. I've been clicking this for 32 minutes. I'm just disappointed and my hand cramps. Like prom night all over again. Boobs, you set the trend there, bud. There's been so many bellies all over. Which is weird considering they have access to every commander. They can use any commander they want, and they're choosing to use Belly. I mean, that's how I want to die. It's just 200 virgins just all on me. Go down in a cum of glory. Greetings, comrade. Like, no, man, Belly still holds up. I think he's still overall like the fastest just because of his skill set. Like, point wise, 636 managed to hold out and was ahead up until this moment. And like, the biggest thing right now is just they lost their outposts. And they just got like, oh, we might be able to get this altar. Okay, the Belly Attila is just, that doesn't seem right. I'm curious, does Cicada mobility as well? Is that why they've been using him? Cicada's blue skill, or blue talent. It is mobility. That's interesting. Kind of explains a bit more. There's no way Belisarius Attila was right, though. Especially when you're attacking a structure. Like, at that point, just use Cicada. There's not that many Nebus, but there's still... I've been seeing a lot of Cyrus. There have been usually 1 or 2 Cyruses around. Usually with Ramses, like I was thinking. Chandra Lubu is interesting. I saw Lubu YSG, and that seemed to do like super well. Oh man. Dude, these servers today are just really questionable at best. I'm still here clicking trying to get in, and it ain't working. Ovi's already moving middle again. Well, this is what's going on with me trying to get into the game. I've been doing this since the match started. I've gotten in twice and then nothing loaded in while I got in. So I'm just kind of having this screen and the other one, spamming enter, and like this I still get to actually watch the game. It's it's like look at these faces. How can I not look at these pretty faces? Like I definitely don't look that good. I look questionable at best on like 6 hours of sleep. This feels like KVK, man. I said I was gonna go to bed early, and I didn't. They managed to get the obelisk. Like they're getting good point per minute differential. That's what they need to do. But this next arc is worth so many points. So they need to start like flipping all these buildings. And like hopefully just reinforcing it enough to hold them while the arc fight goes on, and then try to snake an arc. Because they can defend against OV really well. And I feel like now, like if they didn't use to the death last time, they would have been in a much better spot. They really needed to save it for now, because if they would have used to the death right now, they might have had slightly better luck. What up, X Project? How you been, man? OV's so far ahead. Like, on paper, this looks close. But unless 636 manages to somehow figure out how to get the arc, OV's gonna win this. Unless 636 just somehow has, like, a dummy thick amount of provisions. Oh, Heaven's Grace is interesting. Like, one of the biggest problems I'm seeing is 636 is playing into OV's game. Like, I can't say this with any certainty, but the way to beat OV, I think, is through buildings. You gotta have a super coordinated push happening. When they all start going around the outside, going to middle, you gotta go around the outside, get those buildings, then move in just before the arc, and then just delay their arc capture. That's the only thing that that's the only way I can theoretically think to beat OV, is to avoid playing into the middle where they're so strong. Because they're hands down one of the best middle teams. That's how they won. That's how they won season 3, was just being insane on the middle, just not losing their structures. Once again, I think OV got the arc, and now there's no more red armies around there. There's a ton of blue armies, and they didn't do anything for buildings, so they're still getting building. So OV hasn't captured their Shrine of Life back. They captured it back, but they're not getting points from it yet. Yeah, there it is. Then I think the last one they're missing is Obelisk. Obelisk hasn't started making. So now OV's ahead in points, and they're almost 100% going to get this arc. Yeah, man, there's so many blue armies here. OV lost one game this season, and that's when they got trounced in the middle, and they've managed to readapt their game plan to the point where they get to go middle 7 minutes early, and they still get it. 636 has a bunch of reinforcements coming, but this arc is already so far towards them. Zeno does seem to be, but I don't necessarily know. I don't think it was ever with Nebu. It's Cyrus. It's Cyrus and Ramses that are really beating her. I don't know. I don't know where Nebu's gonna land. Because MTO played a game a little while ago, and it was a very similar situation to this, where we still managed to kill the arc and get enough armies here to try to contest it. But at this point, every time OV's armies die, they just get there so quickly. It's wild how many arties are are in this. Everyone's really putting a lot of faith in. Not the best in a 1v1. But it's just the AoE. Hello, Curty boy. Oh no, how did you break your phone, dude? Kurt, KVK just started. Kurt. Dude. Okay, there's about... They need to get like 6k points over OV right now. 10 minutes left. That's not an insurmountable amount. So 636 can, in theory, come back from this. And doing what they're doing... Dude, I didn't even get in. I've been doing this for 50 minutes. I'm probably gonna stop doing this now because there's no point to get in for the last 10 minutes. Oh, OV's been using Insatiable Desire. So OV's been focusing on farming. Can you go and get a, does your phone take like the wireless charging? Maybe go buy like a really cheap charging pad? No, I didn't even get in. I clicked, there was 175 spots left already when I clicked it, and then it was already full. Everyone from both realms are trying to watch this. That's really good. Really good. This is how they're going to come back. Like, they got such a huge point differential right now. So, if they have some amount of provisions going... Oh, dude, that's... If 636 can hold on to this Desert Altar... That's a huge amount of points. Yeah, War Drums around that. There. Yeah, boys. Down to a 5k difference in 2 minutes. If they manage to keep this aggression up, they can definitely come back. Ooh. Spawn rallies. Oh, they got the Sky Altar too now. That's really big. That's really big. They just need to be able to hold this. This one's still looking pretty good. Okay, so they lost the top one. What is it? 5? It's still 5K, so they didn't make as much leeway as I was hoping. That's 12-inch PvP. He streams on Twitch. Fun dude. Go give him a follow on Twitch, as he's good people. He's actually in 343, who we were allied with. UK4? The one we lost really bad. I think Bulbaritas just crashed again. I believe the full name is 12-inch PvPness on Twitch. I have fun with him on the Rise of Kingdom board. Just like full free to play and like absolutely killing it. Dude grinds just everything to such an insane degree. Okay, so they've still managed to hold on to that Sky Altar. And it's down to 4K points. If they have some of the March Speed ones, they could potentially sneak out an arc really quick. That would be pretty huge. Ah, they lost a Desert Altar. That's bad. Oh yeah, the mood lighting in the back. It's super dope. OV's definitely been using Insatiable Desire. So there's that. And I think that's what we're starting to see, because OV's kind of like, those points are jumping up a lot. They needed another, like, minute or two on the structures. Because now it's even, and I don't think any of these are going to capture. Always come in big middle. But they didn't get there as early as they normally do. So I wonder if that's going to... I can definitely capture an arc in 2 minutes. I think 636 is gonna get it first. I think this dude over here was the first one. Yeah, that looks like he's gonna get it first. What? I disagree. I fucking disagree. That 636 guy definitely started gathering first. and that's such a huge, like that's a huge amount of distance for it to spawn on their side. Down to a 3k lead. I don't know if they managed to outgather 3k more. But it's fucking close. That's really close. They have other gatherers though? OV's definitely had a lot of gatherers out, I think. Oh, that's jumping really quick. I think OV's got this. Like, I don't know. I don't think 636 has enough. Here. Yeah. That was a lot closer than I think a lot of. Freddy. There's a Freddy as MVP. My heart. My heart. I love it. Okay. They did out-provision them. They just needed one arc. Like, they really just needed one. They did really good on the occupation game. But like I was saying, like, there were so many times where they were just trying to play OV's game. And that was their downfall. Like, instead of pushing as hard as they did middle, they could have just, like, pushed buildings a little harder. 3k point difference in buildings. Like, it's not hard to get that kind of occupation, right? That was definitely winnable for them. That was definitely winnable. Yeah. Like, it's not a lot. Not a lot. But, like, they were very... They used to the death really early. Like... in Arc 2. I think it was here. But like here, where they went all in the middle. And, like, they were just defending their buildings. OV popped to the death, and then they responded by popping to the death. And then they still ended up losing it. You know, like, if they wouldn't have gone so hard middle, like, yeah, they had this shrine. What if they managed to push this? They only really needed to hold this. It's that shrine is worth what? It's worth like 170 points a minute. 150. Like a 1,600 divided by 150. okay, that's 17 minutes. That probably wouldn't have happened. But you know, just like if they would have managed to I mean, there's a bunch of heralds, but like these people have done a bunch of testing. Like Herald, like you can't just say he ain't good because you see his skills and you're like, oh, these don't work super good. You need to actually test it because that's how, like, the skills, it barely fucking matters what they say, right?
This is clearly unsettling that you focus on the petty things, and I'm a fool for your subtlety.
Like, now this was such a linchpin moment of this game. If they would have managed to disrupt those outposts a little more, like if they would have managed to actually get some of those outposts and just push some of these buildings instead of just whatever the fuck this fight was. You hate to see it, man. You hate to see it. Like, that was so close. Hopefully they learn from this, because I'd really like to see 3 games. That was the big one that really decided this, because like they managed to hold, like maybe if they could have held some of these buildings a little longer, and they didn't go for that cheeky play in the middle. Maybe that could have worked. Like, and also, like, Kurt, think they have, like, when you're playing here, you have access to every commander. You have access to everyone. So there's probably a way to use Herald in a meaningful way. Oh hey, Okan. Thank you for the sub, man. I can look. But like, Obi was also using a bunch of Decade as his primary. If I can notice any. Ovi was so heavy calves. I saw a couple from Ovi around. Yeah, and it's Mulans. OV was using a lot of Guans as well. I don't know who they were using with their Guans. One Leo's. One Leo. But like, keep in mind, OV doesn't use people that don't have AoE. OV is very much a team that will just only use AoE commanders. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It was a ton of Leonidas. Why do I have so many Herald heads? No, man, I think Harold has a place somewhere. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I don't think Harold's definitely not bad. Dude, I saw a couple of Lobos as well. I saw a ton of Chandra Williams. I saw a bunch of Takeda Williams. They used a belly like crazy. They used a lot of Belisariuses. Hello, Dunk Master General. I was saying, like, OV's not gonna... Why would Slouty give a tier list out that's accurate? What does he gain from that? Of course he's gonna tell people, like, oh yeah, this guy's really great, and then he's gonna fucking smash people with other ones. Okay, I'm gonna do... I'm gonna do some research, think of a video to do, and do some self-care and some self-love today, because I go back to school tomorrow at like 8 a.m. So I gotta be back at school. No, dude, there was a belly attacking the desert altar. They were using Belly Attila. It is. Hashtag Slouty is fake news. Anyways, friends, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this lovely day. Enjoy it. Live up your best life. I'm gonna go take care of some shit, and hopefully there will be a video on YouTube. I'll probably upload it tomorrow because like the algorithm will just like fist me if I upload it tonight. So tune in for that. Everyone who watched, thank you so very much. I appreciate and love all of you. I will see you guys next time.